Hello everyone, this is Angela from The Chaotic Life of a Planner. Today I am putting together the rest of my November budget. So this is a part 2 video. So I have some stickers left from Caffeinated Cait that I'm going to be using, specifically the sinking funds and the transaction log, as well as the weekly check-in, which if you are new here, I fail monthly at the weekly check-in. Perhaps this will be the month that I actually get it together. So please do hit that red subscribe button so that you can catch all of my future uploads and find out if this was my month or not. Also, if you like this kind of content, please do give this video a big thumbs up. So we have the debt tracker, the debt snowball, the spending tracker, and the savings tracker. And then I'm not going to be using these in this video, but I did use these Build You stickers in part 1 of my budget setup, and I will be using some of these stickers. So I'm going to go back to October. I haven't went back and added anything. I'm just going to just show you guys how this is. So I did sell 2 items. I thought that I had sold a 3rd item this month, but I tried to think about what it was, and for the life of me, I cannot remember. So this was a fairly big one. This was my husband's gun safe, so we did sell that because it's too big and heavy to move with us when we move next summer. I don't even know if I had one no-spend day, and I couldn't have saved $100 from cash envelopes because I didn't use any cash envelopes. I'm all about keeping it real. So I do share my budgeting mistakes with you guys as well as successes. And October, there weren't very many successes. So I did have 4 monthly goals. The only one that I actually completed was I did open my personal account. My husband asked me to do that because then my personal spending can come from my account and I don't have to take it from the regular joint checking account, and it just makes it easier for him to track things. We didn't use any cash envelopes. We spent before we budgeted, and I didn't do any weekly check-ins. So this part right here is where I keep track of all of the expenses that I have that will be reimbursed from our homeschool program. And then I have this list over here from September. So I do actually have all of those receipts and forms and whatnot together. I have one more paper I think that I have to fill out, and that's it. So I'm planning to turn that in on Monday, which is a couple $1,000, so I'm happy about that. So I'm going to start by filling out these goal trackers. Now, I have my little sticky notes with my goals for the month of November on my pages. So let's see here. One of the things that I was thinking about is perhaps the reason why, well, let me rephrase that. Perhaps one of the reasons why I'm not reaching my goals necessarily every month. I'm trying to find where my other rulers went, but I can't see them right this second. So I'll try and use this. Oh, right here. Here they are. Anyways. So I was thinking about this as I was getting this ready to go today, and I was thinking that perhaps one of the reasons why I'm not necessarily reaching all of these goals that I set for my finances is maybe they're just too large. Like, in all honesty, I'm not going to be able to save $100 from cash envelopes because I've not had a month where I've used cash envelopes exactly the way that they're intended to be used for the entire month. So maybe I'm just making my goals too difficult to achieve because I'm starting to, I don't want to say too big, but I mean, honestly, I'm starting too big. So I'm going to start a little smaller and see if that is helpful or not. So let me trim this washi right here. This little tool that I'm using right here is from Fiskars. It's pretty sharp. I have cut myself on it. as well as trimmed my ruler that didn't really need to be trimmed. So I did get it from Michael's. I used a coupon on it, but you just do need to be careful when you use it. So I'm just using some of the extra thin washi that I had left over from my Caffeinated Cait kit. I have been using, I think this is my 3rd month now, the print and cut kits from her Etsy shop. And well, she has 2 Etsy shops. She has the one that the stickers are printed and you can purchase them and they'll be delivered to you. And then she also has her print and cut shop. So this set is from the print and cut shop. So if you order from her and you use the Etsy shop that has like where you can get like the completed sticker kits, they'll probably, well, they'll be the same stickers, but they'll be a little bit different. Like my sheets that I'm using that I printed for myself are larger sheets than what you would get if you ordered directly from her. So I'm going to go ahead and make my trackers. I'm really hoping I can get this all figured out. So rather than aiming for 10 no spend days, I'm going to just start with 5. And just see how that goes. Okay, so I think I can end right here. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out, and then when I'm finished, I'll go ahead and speed it up, and then when I'm finished, I'll explain what each of them is for. Okay, so let's do 5 no spend days. I'm going to sell 5 household items. We are decluttering because we are planning to move next, well, spring/summer, more towards spring, basically as soon as graduation is over with and we can sell the house. And then I'm going to save $50 from cash envelopes. So I basically cut that goal in half. And I'm hoping that I can accomplish that. And then my last goal that I'm going to track on this page is weekly check-ins. I'm hoping that I can get them done. I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to put this little piggy bank right here. I love that little pig. So I think, let's see. Yes. I'm going to mark this off, and then every week when I do a weekly check-in, I can go ahead and track that there. So I like the way that looks. I'm hoping that I can be successful with these goals. So you guys definitely need to hold me accountable. If you don't see me post a weekly check-in, just leave me a comment and be like, hey, Angela, I thought one of your goals for this month were weekly check-ins. I'm counting on you guys to hold me accountable. Okay, so I'll put that page back in my binder correctly. Next page that we're going to do is this page right here. So I'm going to go ahead and use this section for the same thing that I've been using it for, because that has actually worked really well. I like having a place where I can keep track of everything that I need to turn in for reimbursement. So eventually we will run out of allotment money, so I won't be able to do this because I won't have any money left. But for now, it's working fine because we do have allotment money to spend. So when it comes time and we don't have the money left, then I'll figure out something else to use this section for. I'm probably going to have to print some more thin washi from Cait because I'm definitely going to not have enough. Sometimes I wish the shop designers would just make like a sheet of just washi tape. Like that would be so fantastic for me. Where is that? The next thing I'm going to do, I like to use these little, well, wait. Let me see. I forgot I was going to need a colorful marker. I don't like that one. Let's go with that one, I think. All right, I'm going to use the Erin Condren dual tip markers to draw myself a line. I really don't like writing on unlined paper. So I like to just draw these little dashed lines in here so that I can write my goals on the lines. Okay, so there's that. I have a love-hate relationship with these pages. I really like the way that they look, and I like the idea of them, but I have a really hard time making them functional. I have lots of ideas, but just like actually using the dashboard pages is difficult for me. I don't know why. So I'm really hoping, well, I don't know. I'm undecided if I want them to be in the next Erin Condren planner, which I know we're quite a ways away from that coming out, but I'm just undecided if I want these pages to be in there or not. I know I'm not alone. Whoops. Okay, so I'm just going to write focus, check request here. And then I'll put some kind of quote over here when I come up with one. And then I do have a plan down here. I'm going to use it for some kind of cash envelope tracking. I just haven't quite got it ready yet. The next thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and draw in like a little chart right here. So we'll do a line like this, And then I'll do one probably about right here. And then another one right there. And then this will be for description. I should have written that with my, let's see if I can write over that. Not really. So we'll just go with a black pen. Actually, I'll use my trusty whiteout and see. All right, let's try again. We'll do amount, and then paid, and then we'll do description. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to fill out what my monthly goals are. And then like I was saying, is I want to use this for some kind of cash envelope tracking for like each month or whatever. I just haven't quite figured that out yet. So let me know what you guys use this section for. It doesn't work for me to use it as habit trackers in either my life planner or my deluxe monthly. So I do not want to do that. But if you have something other than a habit tracker, let me know what you use that section for right there. I'd love to hear it. So my first goal is going to be stay on budget. My next goal will be to use cash envelopes. My third goal will be no spend before we budget. Which today is the 2nd. We have not actually had our budget meeting yet from the payday that we got on the 31st. My husband is out of town and he's working nights. Yeah, he's working nights, which means that he sleeps until like 3 o'clock. So I basically have one specific time that I have to be available to do a budget meeting, and sometimes it just doesn't work. So I am ready to have a budget meeting with him, so we'll probably do that tomorrow. But the only spending pretty much that I have done is bills that are on auto pay have started to come out, and I've had to give the kids who are away from home some money for traveling, but that's it. I basically have not left the house for the last 2 days because I know that once I leave the house, I'm going to spend money. And I even told him that today. I really wanted to go to Michael's today and look at Christmas decor, but I knew that I wouldn't be able to just look. I would want to buy, so I did not go anywhere. And then the last goal is I want to start sinking fund envelopes. Even if it means we just take $10 for 5 different sinking funds, just to get them started, I will be happy with that. I would really like to do that. So I'm going to look for a quote to put here, and then I will leave this blank, but that is pretty much it for these 2 pages right here. Let me zoom you guys out, get them put back in my binder. I'm really happy with the way that they look. All right, so there are those pages. And then I've already got my paycheck budgets done. So now we're going to do weekly check-ins. So I'm going to use these stickers right here. I need to clean off my desk. It's a hot mess right now. Oh, you know what? I am not done. I am not done. I forgot that I need to do this right here. I just saw my little November stickers right here, and it reminded me. Okay, so I like to use the page flags. Let's see, it seems as though I usually end up having to cover up the ends a little bit with whiteout. So let me just go ahead and do that now and see how that works. I like being able to use these stickers because I typically wouldn't use them like when I'm doing my actual budget. So it makes me feel like I am not being quite as wasteful when I find little ways like this to use these decorative elements that come in the kit. Oops. Not perfectly straight, but it works. Okay, there's that. And then I'm going to take this November sticker and add that right here. I think that looks good. And then I was thinking about taking the, well, I'll wait. I'll do that in a little bit. Okay, so now I am finished with these pages. And it is time to move on to weekly check-in. So I'm going to have 4 weekly check-in weeks that I'm going to want to do. So I'm going to start by adding my thick washi at the top. This is getting really, really, really thick. I am glad that I transitioned from the coiled deluxe monthly to the binder because I've been using this since January and I just can't, I don't know, I don't even know if it would still fit on the coil as thick it is as it's getting. And I don't really use like a lot of stickers compared to some people, so I don't know. Okay, so I've got my week category budget spent in remaining sticker. So I have 6 categories that I want to keep track of. I have 6 categories that I like to track in my weekly check-ins. So that's what I'm doing here, is just counting to make sure that I leave enough lines in between each strip header. I like to track grocery spending, gas, household, my spending money, the kids' spending money, and unbudgeted. So I don't budget for unbudgeted, but I do like to keep track because just because something is an unbudgeted expense doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. So now you're watching me draw in the lines. It drives me crazy when my lines are not straight, but it's just, I ride the struggle bus there. And then I'm just using the little weekly page flags. You do have 2 options in the kits, but I like to use the flag to mark which week I'm on. Okay, so the next tracker that I want to do, actually, well, I guess it doesn't matter, is my spending tracker. And basically what my spending tracker is will be any, well, sometimes I track like my spending over here so that I can keep track of what I've purchased. Like any unbudgeted items I put over here. Basically any debit card transaction that is not budgeted for. So So I'm going to put this totals down here. Sometimes I like to keep track of what money has been transferred to kids' accounts so that I can just kind of keep an eye on that so I know what money is getting sent to which kid, you know, all that stuff. Just going to draw my lines, and then this tracker is finished. I did go ahead and add some additional notes pages to my month, which is why, one of the main reasons why I use the binder for my deluxe monthly budget planner versus the coil. I love the coil, but I like being able to add additional pages as I need them. Okay, so next page is going to be sinking funds, which, like I said already, one of my, well, I wish I hadn't done that on that page because then I would, oh well. One of my goals for the month is to really start our sinking funds. I'm sorry if you hear that noise upstairs. Michaela just got home from work, so she's trying to make something to eat. Even though we don't actually have our sinking funds funded yet, I do keep track of spending and whatnot over here. So like anytime we spend money at the dog groomers or buying dog food or whatnot, I always track that over here. And that is so that at the end of the year, I'll be able to go through and say, okay, this is how much we spent on pet expenses this year. So a reasonable amount for us to be saving every month is, you know, whatever. Or even like vehicle maintenance, vehicle repairs. I even kind of try and track clothing and beauty over here just so that we can know what we're spending on a yearly basis, because that will give us like our monthly amount. So even though we're not actively saving for sinking funds right now, you know, I am doing it this way so that I can hopefully feel a little more prepared in January to know how much is required in each fund on a monthly basis, if that makes any sense. All right. So there is my sinking funds tracker. Next will be the transaction log. And this is going to be set up like pretty much the same way. And that this particular transaction log is for a sinking fund. That's not straight, but it's okay. I'm just going to go with it. So this is where I write like specifically, you know, what was spent on, you know, if the dogs go to the groomers, it's written as a transaction here. If I go get a haircut or get my hair done or my eyebrows done or whatever, it's written over here as coming from the beauty fund, just so we can keep track of all of that. So we are actually almost finished. I feel like this video is super long, but it's mostly because I've had so many like distractions. Like I've got Nana duty tonight and he is not been going to sleep very easily. So every time I hear him start to cry, or he usually goes to sleep on his own, but the last couple nights he's not. So I've had a lot of start-stop moments, that's for sure. Okay, so this one's finished. What I have left is debt tracker, debt snowball, and savings tracker. So I think we will start with debt tracker. I don't actually think I'm going to need as many pages as I added to my month. Oops. All right, so I'm happy. Oops, I ripped that, darn it. I am happy to say that we did pay off a credit card this month. So that is fantastic. So we're going to roll that over into another credit card, which will be nice. Okay, there's that. And then I just need to take a quick peek. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 16 debts that we track over here. Well, 16, but 2 of them are paid off now, but I still am going to continue to do 16 because I like seeing that there are 2 with 0 balances, so that definitely is encouraging, and I'm just going to keep adding. I'm going to keep them on here even though they're paid off so that I can see that we've made progress. I try to get these lines straight, but it just doesn't seem like it happens. We have 2 more debts that are going to be paid off within like the next 3 months. So that, and one of them is the $500 orthodontist payment. So that will definitely free up quite a bit of money that I am super duper excited about. I do have some news to share with you guys pretty soon. I'm not quite ready to share it yet, but our financial situation will be changing a little bit. So hopefully it'll be okay. Okay, so I don't have any more thin washi. Well, let's see. I was trying to see if I had something that I could use for my debt snowball, but I don't. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this sticker down here. Okay, so there's that one. And then the last one is the savings tracker, which I didn't actually fill out last month. We did leave some money in savings, but I did not actually document that. So I need to get better at that. Just because, you know, sometimes when you feel like you're not making any progress at all, it is nice to be able to go back and look and say, okay, we actually have been making progress towards reaching our goals, even though it feels like we're just doing the hamster wheel thing right now. We really are not. I'm just going to put this one up here because I know that we are not going to have that many savings deposits, especially with Christmas coming. I am waiting for a refund check to come that is about $1,100. So that will be a large chunk of my Christmas budget. And then actually, I think it might work out, it may, I'm not sure yet, where our last paycheck of November, a large portion of that can go to fund our Christmas budget. So we're not doing a giant Christmas budget this year, but we do have 5 kids and they're, you know, mostly, well, they're all teenagers or young adults. So everything that they want is expensive, but we'll just see how it goes. I haven't actually gotten that far in my planning yet. So anyways, there are all of my trackers for the month of November. I'm super excited about this month. I love the way that this kit came together. So I'm just excited to see what progress we make. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, hit the bell notification, the red subscribe button. All of the products that I've used are listed down below, including a $10 coupon that you can sign up for from Erin Condren if you're interested in getting this planner. It is a referral link. I also have affiliate links down below, which cost you nothing extra, but I do get a kickback to support my channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.